Hello everyone, and welcome back to our weekly roundup of the cryptocurrency market on behalf of Apex Signals. I'm actually in Berlin today, so a little bit of a change of scene. You can see my map of world domination on the wall behind me. But back to business, what's been going on with the market? Well, we've had another downtrend over the past 7 days. The last time we spoke, there was a little bit of optimism after a week that had seen gains after several weeks of markets moving downwards. Unfortunately, that hasn't managed to hold over into this week, and we can see on the chart here that despite last weekend seeing an uptick, that's faded away during the week. So last week we were at $263 billion overall market capitalization, and that's down to around 249 today, so just under 250 billion. The high of the week was on Sunday, which was 281 billion. I know Sunday might not be considered the beginning of the week for some, but since we tend to speak on a Friday, let's call it part of the last week. If we have a quick look now at the year-to-date chart, I mean, we can see here that despite the gentle downward trend, it's not hugely dramatic. Obviously, the main drop was up until towards the end of March, from the beginning of the year, and then we saw a slight recovery. And since then, we've been trending down again, but we haven't really dipped below that late March, early April low. So while it's not a bullish signal, and we're struggling to gain bullish momentum, at the same time, we're not dropping away to any drastic level. So what's been happening with Bitcoin, the market's bellwether, of course. So this is a 7-day chart, so you can see here that we started around 6,600 last Friday, and we're down to around 6,260 today, with a weekly high of 6,680 on Sunday. That does mean that we're down 37% in all since that May 5th high, when we were at around 10k. So Bitcoin has taken a harder hit than the wider market, and as you know, the general percentage of the market capitalization that the Bitcoin makes up is gradually decreasing as the market matures. It's still very high, of course, and prices are very much tied to Bitcoin, but despite that, it is starting to have gradually a lower influence. There was an interesting interview this week with a chap named Bart Smith. Now, he works for a company which I found very hard to pronounce, but it's a Susquehanna International Group, and they're an investor in the cryptocurrency space. Now, he put forward the argument that Bitcoin, of all the cryptocurrencies available, is still the best investment in terms of the risk level, because it does have established use cases. And the argument is that it's been around for a while. It is used as a currency, obviously not in the sense of going into a cafe to buy a coffee with it. The volatility is a bit high at the moment, but it does have significant transactions in terms of the online world, and he believes that of all the cryptocurrencies out there, it does still have the most established use case, and that makes it the best investment in terms of long-term risk. Whether he's right or not, we can all have our opinions, but it's certainly an interesting point of view. Okay, One of the major announcements this week in what was a relatively slow news week in the cryptocurrency market was that Robinhood is adding Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin to their cryptocurrency trading app. Now, Robinhood, I don't know how many of you know, it's an app-based stockbroker from the USA, one of the fintech champions out there, and they offer free stock trading. They make money by charging a premium on additional services or higher volume trading, and also through other mechanisms such as selling or lending out the stocks held by account holders to short sellers, and that's how they're able to offer free trading platform. Now, they've also in the last few months released a fee-free cryptocurrency exchange platform. It's gaining popularity quickly in the US, and adding new cryptocurrencies is obviously a boost. We know the effect that the major exchanges adding new cryptocurrencies has, and they've announced that they'll be putting Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin onto the platform in the near future. Let's have a look and see how that has impacted the price of those cryptocurrencies. So you can see Litecoin here. Litecoin is, where are my figures? We're down to $76 from 83 a week ago, so it hasn't yet had a massive impact in terms of pricing. Bitcoin Cash has fared better. You can see, despite the drop from the Sunday high, we're not too far off at the moment where we were this time last week. So we're currently at around $700, or very fractionally over that, and we're at 725 last week. So of all the major cryptocurrencies, the drop over the last 7 days has been among the mildest for Bitcoin Cash, if not the mildest. So that could be some kind of kickback from the Robinhood announcement. So what else? Just to finish off, we're going to quickly discuss bits and pieces around EOS and NEO. Let's find the charts here. So here we go, NEO. So NEO's down to around just under $33 a token at the moment, and that's down from 38 at the beginning of the week. They did have an interesting announcement a couple of days ago, and NEO, of course, is the Chinese backed smart contracts platform, which is a rival to Ethereum and other smart contract platforms such as EOS. So they have announced that they're releasing a 3.0 of their blockchain, the mainframe, and that will be targeted specifically at major enterprise solutions. So the new upgrade will be focused on scalability, so that massive blockchain programs can run on it without difficulties. And finally, EOS. The interesting thing about EOS at the moment is that over the last 24 hours, it's jumped about just over 5%, 5.11%, I think. So it's been the biggest gainer over the last 24 hours. And you can see on the chart that a lot of that's probably to do with the fact that it's been a fairly significant loser this week. So we were down to under $7.10 for an EOS token from $8.52 7 days ago. So that was a fairly significant loss over the last week, and the plus 5% gain over the last 24 hours is probably a correction. There's no major news there, which would indicate a specific reason why it's bounced, other than the fact that the drop has been considered a good buying opportunity by the market. Okay, so that's all we have time for today. Not a hugely eventful week, which is sometimes a good thing in this topsy-turvy cryptocurrency market world. And as always, prospective trading over the weekend. Let me know if you have any questions or anything you'd like me to cover next week, and we'll speak then. Bye for now.